Hi guys, and welcome to Rambling Inkosaurus. I'm Janice, and today we are going to do my very first book haul. So yesterday my boyfriend and I went to Books A Million in our area, and they are closing down. I know, but we have another small bookstore that we're able to use here called Maya's Books. It is actually very good. She curates all the books herself, and we really enjoy that place. But books, and they were doing their 20% off on everything. So we decided to go in and take a look and see if they had anything we were interested in. But they also have used books, and so you can find some of the newer books that have been turned in for like store credit or anything like that. They'll have them at a reduced price, so you're still able to get a newer book or a book that you're looking for, and it can be at a reduced price, like at a really reduced price. So we're gonna dive right into it. So the first one that I was able to select was the James Baldwin The Fire Next Time. I do not have this book. I have a lot of James Baldwin, and by me saying I have, my boyfriend has, and so we have an extensive library when it comes to our combined library here. And so I wanted to pick up this James Baldwin because I have if Beale Street Could Talk, if Janice could talk, then we would have a newer book that we hadn't been able to experience before. So this was it was a national. It says it was a national bestseller when it first appeared in 1963, and it galvanized the nation and gave passionate voice to the emerging civil rights movement. And this was on a Black Lives Matter area. So I was really happy to be able to find this book. And so I am definitely going to give it a wonderful, wonderful read because I love what he does. All right, the next book that I was able to pick up was Isabel Allende's In the Midst of Winter. And I haven't read this book yet. I usually read a lot of her books. And this is one that I haven't been able to read yet. And The Long Petal of the Sea, which is the other one that came out, I will put it right there. That is her newest book. These two I have not read, but because it was available in softback, and that is one of my favorite things is softbacks. I know there are a lot of people who are like hardback people. I am not one of them. I mean, I do love hardbacks, obviously, but if I can get it in softback, there's something about a softback that I just really enjoy, and I'm going to stop saying softback. But it says, I'm just going to read the first paragraph. Isabel Allende delivers a sweeping novel that brings together three very different people in a mesmerizing story that travels from present-day Brooklyn to Guatemala in the recent past to 1970s Chile and Brazil. And so I am always interested in journeys, like journey books. Those are like amazing. And so I am very excited about this book. It's not a super thick book, but that never stops me anyway because I will read. If I'm going to read it, I'm going to read it. The next book that we have is going to go into a couple of other darker things. And this is the H.P. Lovecraft short stories. This is a hardback, and I was very happy to find this book. I did double check to see what kind of books they had in here. I mean, what kind of stories they had in here. And there were some that I hadn't read before. And look at the end papers. Oh my God. Oh my God. So amazing. What? So I didn't even look at the end papers when I picked up the book. That is incredible. So I am very excited to read these. The short stories that I write, I write young adult novels, and I write not so happy short stories. I like to write very dark short stories. And one of my favorite people to read for that kind of horror thing is H.P. Lovecraft's short stories. So one of my favorites is called Rats in the Walls. I will actually link to a place that you can read it online for free in the description box below. That way you can give that a look. And I think he does really horror really well, and it's a very distinctive thing. And so I very much love H.P. Lovecraft, and I can't wait to get into this one. So the next one following that is called Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs, and this is a softback. And it has this like suede-y kind of feeling cover, and it's got like raised lettering, and I just love look at how spooky it looks. And I love Ransom Riggs's books. The Mrs. Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children. Peculiar. I am so peculiar. And Mira, it says it right here. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. How about that? So this is a book that is outside of his series. And so I thought that was really interesting that it was available. I think it's short ghost stories. And so what I like, he says back here, he says, please enjoy these tales before a crackling fire on a chilly night, ideally a snoring grim bear at your feet. But remember, too, their sensitive nature, and if you must read them aloud, which I highly recommend, make sure your audience is peculiar. And I love that. Oh, it's Millard Nullings who says that, I guess. Contains a never-before-seen tale. It's got like... yeah, apparently this is the person that wrote the information on the back. But I am very excited because I love those kinds of things. And I will probably start reading this in October to kind of get the All Souls Day and that kind of thing moving along and kind of get a little more into that. The next one is one that I hadn't heard of, but it looked really interesting when it was on the shelf. And I grabbed it and was very pleased to find it. And it was Madeleine Roux, House of Furies. And it says, they come here to die. So apparently I was in that kind of mood. But apparently it says the character, Louisa Ditton, is offered employment as a maid at a boarding house. And it sounds very gothic. It says, realizes that the house's mysterious owner, Mr. Morningside, is providing much more than lodging for his guests. Dun, dun, dun. And so I love that kind of thing. I didn't even peek open, because normally what I'll do is like I'll peek open to the first paragraph of the first chapter to see if I'm going to be interested in reading it. But it just looked so intriguing, and it just like sort of connected really quickly with me. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm totally going to get this. And it was a very good price. And so I was very happy to be able to explore Madeleine Roux's work. And so we will see how that goes. And the last book that I had gotten there is called The Bells by Danielle Clayton. And I was able to get a hard copy for a super great price. I have been looking for book one of this for a long time. There's Danielle's name. For a long time, and I wasn't able to find it. They don't have this book in my library. They only have like the second book, I want to say. And so I've been really wanting to read it. And so I just love the cover. Like, I love the raised, and I love the idea of Black girls being powerful and people of color being powerful, because that is who we are, and that is fantastic. And so It's a thick book. It was a thicker book than I expected. And I am very excited to start reading it. And I didn't, like I said, I haven't even opened it, but the end papers are showing you the kingdom of New Orleans. I don't know how to say that, but I am very excited to get into this book. I love reading YA. It's my favorite, especially if I can read people of color, from Latinx books to all different kinds of books. I really enjoy reading those. So this one looks really great. And one of the things that I really loved when I was reading the back cover, because it has all the praise and everything for the book itself, is Daniel Jose Older. And I really like his work. And so if he is on board with this book, then I am very much on board with it too. So I was able to pick up this book, and this is like amazing. I'm very excited. Okay, so the last thing that I have to show you is something that I actually bought online recently, and I was very, very excited when I found this. So I really like Marvel, and I like the MC universe. I like the DC universe, although, you know, I'm an MC fan more than I am a DC fan. But I've always liked comic books, and I've always liked graphic novels, and I've really enjoyed them, but you couldn't always find yourself in them. And so I was so excited when I found this book called La Borinqueña. And I was super excited. It says written and created by Edgardo Miranda Rodriguez. And so it is an illustrator, a comic book illustrator that is Puerto Rican, that was able to create this character. And I was super excited. I tried to find it at different places. I wasn't able to find it. And so I was able to order it online right at his website. I will link to that below as well, so that you will be able to find it. If you are a comic book person, I would definitely recommend giving this a shot. If you're a graphic novel person too. This is number 1 in the series because I wanted to get them in order so that I could read them in order. I am that girl. And so I really loved, like, I don't want to show you everything because I want you to get it. And so the biggest thing for me is that it says on the back, a mystical object connects her to the ancient Taino deities of Puerto Rico, and she's granted a special destiny when she becomes La Borinqueña. And I love that. I mean, anything that is going to put Taino life, because I am Puerto Rican Taino, into it's something like this, like mesh the two together. That is something that I have never seen. And so I was very excited, and I am going to get all 3. I mean, I already love the idea anyway, because hello powers, and then like Taino culture and all of that's like amazing. So I am very excited about this book. And so I think that was it. I have a short haul, but it was a very significant haul. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will give any of these books a read, or if you have given them a read, let me know in the comments below if you really enjoyed them, or if you didn't, just let me know how you felt about them. So some of the things that I'm going to be doing are called ramblings, and which I'm very good at because I ramble. And they're going to be discussions of single books that we're going to kind of break down a little further than just talking about them for 30 seconds at a time or anything. I want to get a little more in depth into some of the books that I really enjoy and that I think you would find enjoyable too. So until that time, stay safe, and thanks for watching. Bye.